Hey guys, what's up? GreenMachineSam back with another video, and today we're going to be doing my 2023 NFL draft reaction for the Chicago Bears. Of course, they're my favorite team, so I'm reacting about them. This is, I think it's almost, 2 weeks removed now? A week removed, something like that? No, a week and some odd change removed. Let's be honest, I think this was a pretty good draft class. I think it's going to set us in the right direction. I don't think it's a home run hit by any means. I don't particularly hate any picks. I really don't. Listening to some of the stories about some of these guys and just looking into some of these guys, I definitely enjoy the picks. But with the first pick, we took Darnell Wright at pick 10. We ended up trading back with the Philadelphia Eagles from pick 9 to pick 10, got an extra fourth. Missed out on Jalen Carter, though, and I've already addressed this. If Jalen Carter turns out to be something special, if Peter Skoronski turns out to be something special, and Lucas Van Ness, who both was a Bears fan growing up, went to Iowa, and got drafted by the Packers, I think Ryan Poles will probably be looked at in about a year or two, and he will probably be out the building, especially with last year's debacle with Velus Jones in the third. One good thing to state about this draft class is the Bears had an average RAS score of 8.93. The only reason why it wasn't a 9 was because of Travis Bell being the lowest score. And I know that somebody's probably going to be like, well, no shit, that's how averages work. Yeah, no shit, thanks. But with an average RAS score of almost 9, that's very good. We got some very good athletes. Now, I know the Colts had an insanely good RAS score leaving this draft, if I remember correctly, and so did the Jets. I think we did pretty well. I'm going to group the 3 defensive tackles in together. I think they can all be on the roster next year. I think we're probably going to run with about 4 to 5 guys on the roster. I think that's what we ran with last year because of the rotation that Eberflus likes to keep. And I think all 3 of them will make the roster. I think they're all good picks. I do love the story about Travis Bell basically showing up in his work clothes to meet with Ryan Poles at one point. I don't remember what interview it was or what thing it was. Apparently, like, Travis Bell showed up with his, like, name tag still attached to him and his work shirt or something like that, if the story is correct. It's pretty dope to see. I know he played at the FCS level, but he, played football. He's the first guy drafted from his school. He worked a full-time job just to support his family while he was at Kennesaw State. His numbers aren't off the board, but apparently he shows that he wants to be there. And apparently, like, he didn't want to leave Chicago when he went and visited. And I think that just shows, like, Poles is going after guys that are going to be culture changers, that are going to be in that locker room, and they're going to be enjoying, being there, which is awesome, I think. Pickens and Dexter are both good guys, too. I think they're very good best player available picks at that point. Looking at the draft, I didn't really prefer anybody else. There were a couple guys where I was like, maybe this guy, but I think they were very good picks at the time, and I think they're going to be very good picks. I think all 3 defensive tackles can make the roster, make the opening day roster, and I heard that a lot of them are going to be competing for that 1 tech spot, just because that's not set in stone. There's a chance that they could be competing with Justin Jones at that 3 tech, but not as likely. Apparently, Eberflus is pretty set on Justin Jones being the 3 tech going into this year. Now, of course, we're 3 months out from the season. A lot of stuff can change, and I think something will change. I would personally like to see the rookies getting the large majority of the rep, and I think one of them should win at least one of the jobs. I don't think they'll, 2 of them will win both the jobs. Now, I would be happily proven wrong if they both win the jobs. Either Justin Jones is really bad or these guys are really good, and I'm very happy. Tyreek Stevenson, end of the second round, I think he's going to be a good outside guy for us. Apparently, he did play slot at Georgia, and then that's part of the reason why he transferred was because Kirby Smart wanted to make him a slot, and he wanted to be outside. That's part of the reason why he transferred. Oh, I don't think he'll be playing a whole ton of slot for us, but I still think Kyler Gordon is that slot guy. I think he is. I think with his athleticism being where it's at, I think he's the perfect slot guy for us, Maybe he doesn't like to play there, but I think he is. I think he is, and I think he will be. He was also one of the lower RAS scores, if I remember correctly, just based off position. Him, Tyler Scott, and Travis Bell, I think were the 3 lowest based off of, like, positional value. So that kind of sucks. But he is still a decent athlete. I think he'll be perfectly paired up with Jalen Johnson on the other side. I think this could solidify our cornerback room just nicely. And while we're on defensive backs, Terrell Smith is an athlete. He's going to be a special teamer. Looking at him and hearing some stuff about him, he's not very fundamental. He's not a fundamental corner. He's more, I'm going to beat you with my athleticism. My athleticism is going to overwhelm you. And one thing I did hear and, read was that anytime a route runner or a technician, a route technician would play against him, he would get broken down. A good route runner can break him down pretty easily, which kind of scares me. But I think he'll be a good special teamer for years to come. I think if he embraces his role, I think he'll be just fine. He could get some playing time since Jalen Johnson has had injury concerns and stuff like that. But I think he will be a special teamer for us. Now, Kendall Williamson, I don't see making the team. I think he's going to be another safety that, we like, but he's not anything special. We're going to send him down to practice squad, keep him down there for 2 years. If he doesn't work out, he's gone after that. I didn't see anything special that I liked out of Kendall Williamson. I don't know a whole ton about him. There's not a whole ton online. We're going to finish off with the defense. Noah Sewell out of Oregon, linebacker. His brother plays for the Saints. His brother plays for the Lions. He also has another brother in college or in the CFL. I don't remember where it is. But I think he's a Jack Sanborn type of linebacker, I think he's going to be also another good special teamer, a good value pick. If he's your 4th or 5th linebacker on your team, I don't think that's terrible. I think he's going to beat Dylan Cole out for that 5th linebacker spot. I don't see Eberflus carrying more than 5 linebackers. I don't see Eberflus and Poles carrying more than 5 linebackers. I hope he makes the team. He should make the team. He's a good player. There was already a clip where he jumped a route and swatted it up into the air, and Kendall Williamson picked it off. Let's get to the running back, Roschon Johnson out of Texas. 2 good things that I like about him is his pass block is apparently very good, and he's already impressing coaches in rookie mini camps and stuff like that. So I think that's a very good thing, especially considering I don't think Khalil Herbert was a particularly great pass blocker, and I don't know about Dante Foreman. That could elevate him up the depth chart if he's a good pass blocker and if he can catch the ball at a semi-consistent rate. The other really great thing that I liked about him was that he wasn't used like just an absolute shit ton in college, so he's going to be on fresh legs. Yes, he did play 4 seasons, but he wasn't just overly ran into the ground because Texas always had a couple running backs in their room that they trusted. I love Khalil Herbert. I've always said he was the better running back on the team, even when David Montgomery was here. But Roschon Johnson could easily take that spot. He could probably even take the number 2 spot from Dante Foreman currently at the moment. But I do think one of the guys might get cut just based off of pass catching. I don't think we're going to carry 4 running backs, especially since we are carrying a fullback in Kari Blossingame. Tyler Scott, wide receiver out of Cincinnati. And there's been a lot of debate amongst the Bears community on the Tyler Scott pick. And I understand. Tyler Scott, I think, is the Darnell Mooney replacement. Darnell Mooney could be out the door. A lot of what Bears fans are saying and Bears insiders are saying, this year, it's going to be a showdown between Chase Claypool and Darnell Mooney. And it's going to be whoever is better gets a contract extension. Now, of course, both of them could not get contract extensions. One of them could perform bad and one of them could get injured. And they might both be out the door. And that's why I think Tyler Scott was taken. I think he was taken just in case one of these guys goes down. Don't get me wrong, Equanimeous St. Brown, Dante Pettis are good 4th and 5th receivers. I don't think they're a 3. Velus Jones is not a 3. He's a specialist. And I think he can also compete with Velus Jones in that specialist department. I think we'll carry about 6 receivers again this year, and I think Tyler Scott is definitely going to be one of them. I'm hoping he gets the specialist role, jet sweeps, quick outs, stuff like that. But like I said, I think he could take over for Mooney or Claypool if they decide to go a different direction. I think if they make a decision by a midseason mark, we'll see a lot of Tyler Scott in the second half of the season. Hopefully I'm right. If I don't think of any of these guys super highly, I hope I'm proven wrong. I'll always say this. If I don't think highly of a player, I would be happier being proven wrong than being proven right. I never wish downfall upon a player. Now, I haven't been 100%. I thought Leonard Floyd was going to be a beast, but I also thought Kevin White and Mr. Trubisky were the worst picks of their fucking draft. I think this is a good draft class. I don't think it's a home run draft class. I think Poles played a lot of this safe. He's building the team to both protect Justin Fields and to help the linebackers move around freely, just based upon, I think there was definitely better draft classes out there. I definitely think there was some better picks. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to say who, but it was a good draft class. Now, if you want to see my full reaction to Darnell Wright That video pin should be hitting the top corner right now. If you guys want to see more content like this Bears stuff, I am seriously trying to hit the content grind a little bit harder this year. Last year was an absolute abysmal job by me. I think I posted like 4 videos in a span of like 7 months. So I'm going to be trying to hit the ground a little harder. Thank you guys for sticking with me through the draft content. I'm still updating the roster as we're speaking. I'm doing numbers, position changes, cutting players that are still on the team. I would appreciate if you guys stick around if you guys enjoy this content or any other content here on my channel. But with that being said, guys, I'll be back with more videos like this. And I'm out. Peace.